Welcome back to another season of Kansas City Royals franchise here on MLB The Show 24. We were just upset in the playoffs, obviously. Swept by the Dodgers. The Dodgers are just way too good. And then we had our offseason, and it was an eventful one. Signing our new ace. Cole Reagan's exceptional talent. We get it. We know he's great. Had a really nice year in 2025, also in 2024 as well. He's been awesome. However, you can never have enough pitching. Dylan Cease is our huge add. He's basically like a righty Cole Reagan's. You look at the hit per nine, the K per nine. They're somewhat similar, right? Same type of build. Cease, however, is a little bit more wild than Reagan's is. Not that Reagan's is a control artist. Reagan's also has a deeper repertoire. There are some differences, but Cease is a dominant strikeout pitcher, and that's what Cole Reagan's is at his best. So we have just basically a righty Cole Reagan's in the rotation. Somewhat. I know, we're reaching a bit there. Very team-friendly deal, about $17 million per year over the next 6 seasons. He should be awesome. It's 2026 now. He's 30 years old. We're signing him really for the rest of his prime, and then maybe some fall off as well. But it was something I thought we needed to go out and do. Cease has true ace potential, and he has shown it. If you look at his numbers over the past couple of years, he's been really consistent. 3.57 ERA, 200 strikeouts. He's been awesome. I'm hoping for more of the same. If he gives us a 3.57 ERA, I will be quite pleased with that, and maybe he even pitches better. We also made some really interesting signings. Matt Strahm is a nice one. 34 years old, but still a valuable reliever out of the pen, and especially with 98 pitching clutch, you might be looking at our next setup man, but with 38 stamina, how do you not throw that guy in a long relief role and really take advantage of how good he is? So that's also an option for us. JD Martinez, although regressing, is back on a 1-year deal, only $5 million. We also brought in more potential bullpen depth. When you look at former MLB ace, Clayton Kershaw. He pitched out of the bullpen last season for the Dodgers. Made 0 starts for the first time in his career, but went 12-0 as a reliever. Over 113 innings pitched, 2.78 ERA. Career resurgence out of the bullpen. I think we're going to set him up in a long relief role. I know it seems so odd, but Kershaw still wants to play. He's going to have every chance to make this team, and I want him around. Outside of that, it might be a very prospect-focused season because we have some really good prospects that are on the verge of coming up. You look at Chris Bates, former #1 prospect in baseball, just 19 years old now, will start the year at AA, I think, and probably make a quick transition to AAA if he pitches well. But the per nines are pretty good. I'd like to see the pitch mix get a little bit better. Home run per nine is atrocious, and that's really going to matter in simulation against big league bats. He still has some developing to do. He's only a 69 overall, and with our current rotation, there's not really a big stress to bring him up this year. So it might not happen. We have Bubic, who's fine. We obviously have Clayton Kershaw, who could be quite good as well in the rotation if we wanted to do that, if we had to. Brady Singer, Kyle Wright, Dylan Cease, Cole Reagan's. These are some really, really good pitchers, especially those top two, right? And Kyle Wright's performed well. But we got spring training. Not going to play every single game, obviously, but maybe jump in, play some moments, see what some of these younger players can do. If you look at our 40-man roster right now, or I'll just show you the MLB roster, we do have some younger guys who are at this level, like Elijah Green is going to get a look in spring training. Is he going to make the team? Highly unlikely. 22 years old, but, we'll see what happens. Gavin Cross is 25 years old now. He should come up at some point this year. He's hit well in the minors. He's not bad. Hits pretty well against righties. Plays decent defense. If there's an injury, he will probably be one of the first guys promoted. Spencer Jones in that conversation as well. His numbers hitting are just not very good. His attributes just are not very good. But we'll see what his season looks like. Has a ton of power in real life. I haven't played with his ratings at all, but maybe I should. Blake Mitchell has a really good chance to be our starting catcher this year. However, with Salvador Perez coming back from injury, we still have Freddie Fermin. He's a little blocked right now, but, if you look at the rest of this team, he is right in the middle. Salvi's the best hitter. Fermin's the best defender. Mitchell's right in the middle of both of those guys, hitting and defense. And speed as well. But my point basically ends up being there are a lot of storylines here in this spring training. You can look at our future depth chart. It's kind of cool how they show you, what it could look like for the future. I wish it showed DH. I think it's kind of weird that it doesn't, because we do have, designated hitters, but of course their primary positions are as outfielders, but clearly JD is going to be our DH. So maybe they could throw him out there, but you look at all the overalls, we're in a really, really good spot right now. I don't know why it thinks that Michael Garcia would be our backup third baseman and not our starting third baseman in 2026. I have no idea why that would be the case. Obviously, that's not going to be a thing. Salvi could end up playing some first base. I don't know what Spencer Jones is going to do yet for the future. And of course, if you look deeper into our minor league system, you can see the projections on some of these overalls. But Juan Soriano, we're going to have him get a look in the outfield at some point. Gave him corner outfield. He's not very fast. He's not super great defensively. Kind of like MJ Melendez. And MJ Melendez has been a great player for us. So I don't really have a problem with getting another MJ Melendez on the team, even though he doesn't have catcher. But they're not showing my main center field prospect. Where is Morgan Gilly? He's still on the team. He's 23 years old, 68 overall. I guess they just don't expect him to make an impact the way that I do. He's got great defense and speed. And the contact's not terrible. He's 23 years old. He can play second base. Morgan Gilly has a chance to be on the big league roster this year. That's a possibility. And he's not going to get a look in spring training, though. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we can play any moments, and we'll check out the stats probably after every week or so. Okay, didn't have designated hitter because I didn't have one in the lineup. JD Martinez is back, so he is, of course, listed as the DH now. We do have a first moment here. Hector Neris trying to get out Samad Taylor. Probably not going to show a ton of moments here in spring training. It's more about the stats they've accumulated. But, of course, we're not really going to value a super small sample size that much. It's going to be more about where we feel about these different players and what we think their progression might look like. If someone hits really well in spring training, it's not, oh, they have to make the big league team, or they hit really poorly in spring training and it's, okay, we're going to cut this guy. That's not how it works. But we'll take everything in. All information is good information. And Neris here looking for a win. We're up 3-2, bottom 10, and we cannot seem to get Samad Taylor to chase off the plate. Fastball down the middle, fouled off again. Just strike out. Thank you. Goodbye, Samad Taylor. Not a great start here. I mean, of course, we got the out. That's the biggest thing. But not exactly dominant. Hector Neris is supposed to be one of our better relievers. I'm already overreacting to spring training. Nice strike on the outside corner there from Neris. Freddie Fermin loves it. Dial up the heat. Higher than high. Taken. Sinker in. It's going to be shot past Nolan Gorman. Nick Prado in right field. Decent arm. Here's the play at the plate. Got him. Royals win. What a throw from Nick Prado. As we kick off spring training game 1 in style, fighting the rain here. Nick Prado out in right field for some reason. I don't know what his role with the team's going to be, but made a heck of a throw there to win it for us. Braley with a home run. Fermin goes 2 for 3. I'll tell you what, the starting catcher job could be a battle between Fermin, Salvi, and, of course, Blake Mitchell. Now, there's no real rush for us to bring Blake Mitchell up, but if he's the best option, he's the best option, Another chance here in extra innings. Are those the only moments we're going to get? Well, we have Rodolfo Castro at the plate. Our closer, James MacArthur, in the game. We scored a run in the 12th to take the lead. The first run scored for either team in 4 consecutive innings. And now MacArthur's trying to shut it down and get another win here for this Royals team in spring training. See if we can do it. Runner on second. We don't really want him getting to third, but it's not the end of the world if we can get the out. So the most important thing is the hitter, and this actually could advance the runner. Deep fly ball to the track. Kyle Isbell underneath it will get the ball in. And, oh my goodness. Why is Salvi playing shortstop? Run scores. I guess we have no infield depth on the bench. It's just almost straight outfielders. Well, that is an oversight if Bobby Witt Jr. is not going to be in the game. Okay, well, now we know. Taveras with a base hit. That would have scored the runner anyway. Looks like it's going to be a double for him. Just hit the cut here with Gavin Cross. Salvi at shortstop. Unreal. I'll tell you what, Ezekiel Duran does not chase a millimeter off the plate. This is going to be a harder season. Opposing teams are going to hit. Velazquez, Fraley, and Pasquantino homered, although Adolis Garcia got the best of us with multiple home runs. Simeon homered as well. It's quite an interesting spring training game. All right, here's a moment. Bases loaded. Michael Massey at the plate. It's another guy who's fighting for playing time, but he's not better than Nolan Gorman. He's another guy that probably needs an injury in order to get any type of significant playing time, but injuries happen a lot in baseball. 3-3, bottom 9, only 1 down. Anything but a double play would pretty much win it for us. A line out would not. A pop-up would not. A strikeout would not. But putting the ball in play would pretty much win it for us. It's hit too hard at the shortstop. It's going to be double play. The one thing Massey couldn't do, hit it hard at a middle infielder pretty much. And that's exactly what he does. But Gavin Cross hits an RBI single. And that gives us the win. Walk-off win. Nick Prado has homered. And Vinny Pasquantino could hit for the cycle in spring training. We are up 13-2 after a 6-run 7th. Absolutely annihilating the Reds. We're under 500, but it's just spring training. I really wouldn't worry about it too much. But it's going to be very difficult to get a triple here for Pasquantino. Not impossible, but going to be about impossible. Swing and a miss on a slider that was in a pretty good spot to hit, to be honest. Okay, I guess that's strike 3. You could say too close to take, I guess, but it's very clearly off the plate. Pasquantino 3 for 4 with a home run. Salvi homers. Gorman homers. Michael Garcia with a triple and a double. Alex Bregman on the Reds now, that's right. Okay. And Kyle Isbell has a 2-homer game. We go from 10-11 to 15-11. And this is very likely going to be 16-11. So we're getting hot at the right time, right before the season. Isbell has good contact against lefties. Power, not so much. We're going to power swing. We're going to try and get on one. Now, I would never, ever, ever recommend power swinging in your actual games. If you're playing somebody, it doesn't do anything good for you at all. But here in franchise, I actually think it could. So that's what we're going for. Here's ball 1. Alec Marsh warming in the pen. Former Royal, who's not somebody we held on to. Actually think somebody we traded away. And that was a good pitch to pull out. A little bit late there from Isbell. And that is his shot at a 3-homer game. Don't waste all your home runs. He might not hit 3 home runs the entire season. He's trying to do it all in one game. Velazquez also homers. Gorman with a home run. But a 2-homer day for Kyle Isbell. What a performance. And he's another guy fighting for playing time. He's probably looking at the weak side of a platoon with Jake Fraley playing center against righties. But let's go ahead and check out the statistics here and see how we did. So MJ Melendez is just going to be good, I think. Hit 309. No home runs in spring training and 81 at bats, which is a little bit weird. And you look at some of these averages. Bobby Witt Jr., ice cold in spring training, did hit 3 homers. Salvi, not hitting especially well. But Vinny Pasquantino might be continuing off of a big year in 2025. Huge increase in production from 2024. I was really disappointed with his play in 2024. 2025 was much better, and he's our hottest hitter here in spring training. Hopefully that carries over into the season. Kyle Isbell raked, but a 2-home run game really going to boost those slugging numbers. Nick Prado, but you got to keep in mind, look at these at-bats. Blake Mitchell, though, hit 321 with 2 homers, even stole a base with 6 stealing. Is Blake Mitchell trying to be our everyday starting catcher from day one, opening day? Jake Fraley raked. Yeah, he's definitely going to start against righties. Probably Isbell against lefties. JD Martinez might still have it a little bit. And you see, 4 home runs for him and Michael Massey. Garcia couldn't hit the ball out. 5 home runs for Gorman. This is a team that's going to hit homers. That's our game. Hit it over the fence, which is typically not the Royals' strategy. Typically, it's, defense and speed, steal bases, slap hits, figure out ways to win. But yeah, we're hitting home runs now. Dylan Cease, 33 innings, 20 walks, but 42 strikeouts. ERA below 3, and kind of a small sample. 1 ERA for Kyle Wright. Singer and Reagans were not so lucky. Cole Reagans got shelled. But all these stats are about to go away. Fresh season. MacArthur got shelled. Schreiber destroyed. Sam Moll, can we trust him to be our setup guy? I don't think so. And here we are at the regular season. Got to make some roster moves. Let me show you what the team's going to look like. John Schreiber is going to start the year at AAA. It's not ideal. We're paying him $1.8 million per year. He's 32 years old. He's not a AAA reliever. He's an MLB reliever. But I wanted to make room for Clayton Kershaw. I'm giving him a shot. Got high pitching clutch, has high hit per 9, has high stamina. There is value there. And on top of all that, he's a lefty. Blake Mitchell will start the year at AAA. He's going to come up probably fairly soon, but with Fermin, with Salvi, he's just not, he's not ready, right? When we, can't really send down Fermin or Salvi, obviously. So he's close, but not quite there yet. Michael Massey has made the team. He'll be at the MLB level. Spencer Jones, Gavin Cross, and Elijah Green obviously have not made the team. For now, Clayton Kershaw is going to be a long reliever. I could easily see him end up taking the setup role, but it's going to be Sam Moll for right now, and then we're going to go Cease, Reagans, Kyle Wright, Brady Singer, Chris Bubich. This will be the lineup against right-handed pitching. Bobby Witt Jr. leading off, MJ Melendez. Vinny Pasquantino is going to swap with JD Martinez, actually, and then Gorman probably can switch with Velasquez to hit 6th. I'm okay with that. And then we're going to have Salvi, Fraley, Maikel Garcia. Garcia's great, but he's just like a second leadoff. He's better against lefties. Eventually, I think he becomes our leadoff hitter. He's just got to show me that he can hit righties a little bit better than what he's done so far. And then against lefties, we're going Maikel Garcia to lead things off. Bobby Witt Jr., MJ Melendez, JD Martinez, Vinny Pasquantino, Nolan Gorman, Nelson Velasquez, Kyle Isbell, I think probably switches with Salvi and works like another leadoff. His contact is so great against lefties. It could make sense to hit him 8th, but I'm going to have Salvi there. I like the power potential. And of course, this is what the bench will look like. And what an opening day matchup. Dylan Cease takes on his former team and a player he was traded for. Now, it's not Padres White Sox, but of course, Drew Thorpe he's been a busy boy. Let's be honest. Drew Thorpe was a Yankees prospect, traded over to the Padres in the Juan Soto trade, and then traded over to the White Sox in the Dylan Cease trade. Looks like it could be a pretty good trade for everyone involved, honestly, because yes, the Padres lose Juan Soto. That sucks for them. Juan Soto's unbelievable, but of course, he's killing it with the Yankees. Love that as a Yankees fan. And then Dylan Cease crushing it with the Padres. They would do that again, I guess, if you get Dylan Cease out of it. And then Drew Thorpe is pitching great in the minors for the White Sox. Could be up pretty soon. We'll see. But opening day, you guys know the team. Let's go ahead and pop in the debut of Dylan Cease in a Royals uniform. Quick counts being on is a mistake for him because the control's already a question. That pitch count's going to get really high really quickly, but that'll be the lineup we take on, featuring the likes of top prospect Colson Montgomery hitting in the 2 spot. Eloy Jimenez, Luis Robert, some very, very good players. Or I guess technically it's Luis Robert, but I'm not going to say that every time. Or if you like the white Americanized version, you can call him Robert. That's not actually his name, but you can do it. I know that's what it probably says on Baseball Reference, but it's not actually it. He said it's Robert. But again, I'm not going to be saying that. We'll call him Luis Robert. I got to say it every time because people go, it's actually Robert, right? And they have to be like, you know, in Cuba, they're not calling him Robert, right? We get that, but doesn't really matter. Opening day, Royals-White Sox, AL Central matchup. My least favorite to watch over the past 5 or 10 years, but now here in Royals franchise, things get a little bit more exciting. You can see the preseason projections. They expect JD Martinez to lead us in average, Gorman in OPS, Salvi in home runs with 31, and then Witt Jr. with RBIs and stolen bases. But Fraley with 4.1 WAR, are those the projected leaders or just different categories showing some players that could be quite good? Jake Fraley's not going to lead this team in WAR. I mean, there's simply no way, right? Anyway, Dylan Cease toes the slab, takes the mound. Will he be the king of the hill here for the Kansas City Royals? Now, Cole Reagans won the Cy Young. We made him the second starter in our rotation. Is that a mistake? Well, we paid Dylan Cease a lot of money to be the guy. Cole Reagans can still be, but now we're just hoping to have 2 of them. Dylan Cease gets the ball on opening day. It's so disrespectful to Cole Reagans, I get it. But Cease could be a dominant starting pitcher for us. Super excited to sign him. And let's see what he's got. First pitch is actually the 3rd pitch of the game. Popped up to foul territory. Michael Garcia is there to retire the leadoff hitter, Dominic Fletcher. And I'll be okay if we keep starting with 1-1 counts. I'm not really mad about that at all. And we get another quick out here, another 3-pitch out. We'll take that every time. 6 pitches for Dylan Cease, 2 outs. And we're really just challenging hitters with fastballs. Another 1-1 count. Fastball fouled back by Eloy Jimenez. And that finally sets up Dylan Cease for the strikeout. He's a strikeout artist. This is what he does. And that one a little bit too far off the plate. Now, if you watch Dylan Cease in real life, as he gets that slider on the corner, Eloy swings right over it. Great pitch from Dylan Cease to record his first strikeout as the Kansas City Royal. But if you watch Cease in real life, this is a guy who can kind of just lob it down the middle sometimes, and his stuff is so nasty that batters just can't hit it. Now, sometimes if they do, you're looking at a homer, but I mean, this is a guy who's limited hits better than almost any pitcher in baseball to start 2024 in real life, and he's been phenomenal. Drew Thorpe had a decent 2025, to be honest. 4.3 ERA. The record obviously not great, but the White Sox are not great. 1.4 whip for Thorpe. He's looking for a big 2026. We're hoping that doesn't happen. Our superstar shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr., leads us off and takes the ball way off the plate. 2-1. Great take from Bobby Witt Jr. He just knows the zone. That's the perk of being a veteran now. He's no longer really the new guy on the block as he swings through a fastball pretty much right down the middle. Where did we miss on that, Bobby? And you got to lean into that. Hit your elbow into it a little bit. Make it look like an accident. That's first base and probably a run with 98, 99 speed for Bobby Witt Jr. Full count, 3-2. This one's ripped to left field. First hit of the year for Kansas City Royals baseball. And, of course, who else but Bobby Witt Jr.? And that's a lot of speed on first base, and that was actually ripped. 105 off the bat. Frozen rope in between short and third. And that, it didn't dribble into left field. That rocketed to the left fielder. And now a ton of speed on first base. 98 speed. He lost 1 speed for some reason last year. Kind of annoying. But not the end of the world. And this one's ripped foul. MJ Melendez was such a welcome breakout superstar player for us last season. I never could have predicted it. But MJ Melendez, who I don't even think had an everyday role as we started last season, ended up being our best player. Now down in the count 1-2, but I'm hoping for a big year from him. He's been awesome in a full transition to the outfield. Witt Jr. swipes second base as MJ Melendez gives him an opportunity to. Fastball down, called a ball. Where did that pitch finish? Just below the zone, great take, but now a runner in scoring position for the slugger, MJ Melendez. And a fastball to hit. MJ Melendez does just that. That's it, deep to left center field. Will it be tracked down? It will. Witt Jr. probably with an opportunity to tag. Instead, stays at second as that catch is made by a glorified DH playing left field, Eloy Jimenez. How does he catch that? Melendez robbed of extra bases. It was a good swing, just didn't get it. I mean, good pitch from Drew Thorpe, but good contact from Melendez. Just could not get the result we wanted as JD Martinez enters the count with 2 strikes and goes down looking. Too close to take. 2 outs in the inning now. And we had essentially what turned into a leadoff double, right? You know, single gets to second base with nobody down. And we're not going to be able to score him unless we can get a 2-out hit from the Pasquatch, which wouldn't be unheard of. Like a Sasquatch, I guess, technically is. But Vinny Pasquantino, he is real. He is not a folk tale. He's a rollover machine. Looks to be the 3rd out of the inning. 0-0 after 1. And here is the actual best hitter in the White Sox lineup, Luis Robert. We have to be really careful with him because he can make you pay. We got him 1-2 behind in the count. He will be someone that chases off the plate. So we just need to get the ball out enough. And he thought about it. He thought about it. Just could not commit. And has brought it back to 2-2. Curveball. Ground ball in the direction of Bobby Witt Jr. That will be out number 1. I want more strikeouts from Dylan Cease, but outs are really good too. And I'm not going to complain about any way we can get an out. We'll take it. Fastball taken high from Danny Jansen. A catcher with not a great hit tool, but some pretty good power. He can send it a long way if he gets big contact. This one hit, you know, higher than it is far behind the plate. Salvi's there, out number 2. Josh Bell, new pickup by the White Sox. We kind of gave him a pitch to hit. You know, lefty's paradise is down and in. If we're going to throw that pitch, we need to get it off the plate. It's just not a good 2-1 pitch. We got lucky. And Bell jammed wildly, swinging at that one. Shot into shallow left center. Witt Jr. is back in there for out number 3. Dylan Cease is cruising. And he should be. It's the White Sox. But you never know. You know, debut jitters, opening day. Dylan Cease had an okay spring training, but was a little bit wild. Not so far in just 2 innings. He's been great. Ball 4, Gorman with a great at bat. You know, is in a hitter's count 3-1. Maybe you can let it fly on that fastball, but you don't need to. It's right there, but 3-1, you got 3 strikes to play with for a reason. You know, don't hit a good pitch, you know, for the pitcher. You know, on the corner, you don't really need to swing. Gorman works a 1-out walk, and here comes Salvi. He is projected to hit 30-plus homers this year. I don't know that that's going to happen, but that's the projection. We'll see if he can get number 1 here. It would be a 2-run home run. We'd take the lead. Maybe getting slightly ahead of ourselves. Salvi just throws the bat out there, and that one actually drops in center field. Gorman getting aggressive on the bases. He takes 3rd. Great heads-up base running from Nolan Gorman. He was basically the second base by the time that ball was about to drop. He knew it was dropping the whole way. And Salvi with just a, hey, throw the bat out there, see what we can do. Excuse me, single. And now it's 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Jake Fraley, you can do it. Oh, good pitch to hit. Way out in front, only 90 miles per hour on the 2-seamer. Right down the middle, monster pitch to hit. But got a little bit antsy. And Fraley nearly hit from the slider. He didn't even flinch. 2-2 in the bottom of the 2nd inning with 2 runners on. But only 1 out. Fraley gets a good piece of this one. That should score Nolan Gorman. Doesn't run exceptionally well, but slides in head first and safe. And that is the first lead of the season. We take a 1-0 lead over the White Sox. And I'm going to be honest, no disrespect to the White Sox, but this should be a team that we beat. And I don't want to say beat easily, but this should be a team that we beat. I don't know that we're going to sweep them, but with our ace, and you could maybe say we have 2 of them, Dylan Cease and Cole Reagans, against Drew Thorpe as the ace of the White Sox right now, this could very well be a sweep. We'll see what happens, but that's the expectation. 3-1 ripped from Michael Garcia. Eloy Jimenez makes a nice play in left field to track that down. If that gets back to the wall, that could be a run. Nice 2-out single for Michael Garcia. And that brings up Bobby Witt Jr. looking to keep a perfect 1,000 batting average. I'd love something to the right center field gap. It's a good pitch to hit. Fastball up and in. Maybe more of a pitcher's pitch. If that got a little bit more down the middle, we'd be swinging there for sure. But now Witt Jr. down in the count. 1-2, and that one's hit. Can we score on this? I don't think we can. Witt Jr. with a 2-out single to load the bases. but the runners cannot move up extra bases. Just station to station right now. That could have been big. But again, back-to-back hard hit balls, you know, to right and left field, but they just can't get past the outfielders. And it's up to MJ Melendez. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and that's a real good pitch to hit. Melendez out in front, diving stop by Josh Bell, flips onto the pitcher Thorpe for out number 3, and that chance is wasted. 4 hits, a walk in there as well, but only 1 run comes across to score. Missed opportunity. Dylan Cease has 4 pitches, but he's really more of a 2-pitch pitcher. It's fastball, slider. Changeup is thrown very seldomly in real life. It's like basically not even a real pitch. I know he's introducing a cutter now. You do see the curveball come out every once in a while. It's probably his 3rd most commonly thrown pitch. I haven't seen the StatCast numbers in a while, so I'm just going off of memory. But here is the 3-2. Cannot get Vaughn to expand the zone. He hits this one very far, but it hooks foul. 3-2. We'll do it again. He was on that. We're going to try him with the changeup. Good pitch. Vaughn is on it, though. Full count, 3-2. That slider sit on the ground at Pasquantino. Cease wins the battle. Oh, yeah, of course, Wes Kath. That's a guy, I guess. Chopper, Vinny Pasquantino handles and gets out number 2. And now we'll see Jacob Gonzalez looking for the first hit for the White Sox, and there it is, right on cue, ripped to the gap in left center. Fraley can't cut it off in time, and this actually might be 3. Fraley can't handle it, and that is a 2-out triple for the 9-hitter. Jacob Gonzalez, I mean, he just went with the pitch. Fastball up and away, not terrible location, but just a better swing. And that's another single. Well, a single, I should say. It's another hit for the White Sox. They've tied it up off Dylan Cease. Dominic Fletcher rips a fastball. Clearly sitting on only 1 pitch there. Fastball up and in at 98. Fletcher turns and burns. Frozen rope in a right. Tie ball game. Oh my goodness. The hits will not stop. It's a hit parade for the White Sox. Colson Montgomery keeps it alive. They're sending the runner home. Witt Jr. with the cannon. You're out by a mile. White Sox were really starting to get to Cease there. 3 straight hits. They were going to take the lead, but they sent the runner home with 2 outs, and it wasn't all that close. Here's the veteran J.D. Martinez for a second time. We signed him back on a cheap deal. He wanted to be a Royal. He wants to compete for a championship. And he was great down the stretch of the postseason. He was spectacular. No one really wanted him. We wanted him. And hopefully we see great results in 2026 here. Of course, Martinez, you know, deep into his 30s now, but could still be a very productive player for us. 3-2 to the Pasquatch. He gets a good piece of this. Sends it deep to right field. Hooking, leaping at the wall, just foul. Pasquantino missed a home run and an out by a couple of feet. And strikes out on the fastball. That was the exact pitch that was ripped earlier for the White Sox, but, you know, Pasquantino can't get as fortunate. Strikes out, and that's a strike. 1-2. Fastball down and in, catches the corner. Velazquez looking to extend this inning. Probably same idea there from Drew Thorpe. Doesn't execute quite as well. 2-2. Now at 69 pitches. Here's number 70. In only the 3rd inning, but another strikeout. Velazquez goes down. Is this fastball, is it had like super high induced vertical break, IVB, like near 20 inches or something? Because how are we not hitting this? How are we swinging and missing on that fastball? The hits do not stop for the White Sox. Jimenez with a single. Would have been an RBI single maybe. Had that happened an inning ago if they didn't send the runner. That's the leadoff guy on. 1-2 to Robert. This could be a double play. Gorman flips to Witt Jr. 2 quick outs from Dylan Cease. Really needed that to bounce back. And Robert hit this pretty well. Just right on the ground. Routine double play ball. But I'd like some swings and some misses, some weak contact maybe. That would be nice. 1-2. Fastball up. No one is chasing that. We've tried that several times. They just take it right off the plate. And, oh man, Danny Jansen, prove me wrong. Strike out on an up and away fastball. Not really even that close. Appreciate you, buddy. Salvi with another swing on a pitch. Away, if that one was not off the plate. Very close, but flies out to Luis Robert. And I wonder how many more innings we're going to see Drew Thorpe. He's only gone 4 innings, or 3 2/3 right now. There's already up to 80 pitches, and this could be another run. Deep to right center. Doesn't have quite enough carry as I thought it might with that swing. Fraley flies out. Thorpe, yeah, still looking pretty good. I really thought that one would have more carry. But, you know, Jake Fraley hit it a little bit too high. I don't know. It felt good initially off the bat, and then I could tell, I'm like, oh, man, I can't believe I just said that. This thing's going to die. But that's all right, you know. Mistakes were made. We'll come back and try to hit in the bottom of the 5th, maybe actually score another run. Try to break this deadlock, 1-1. And we're going to challenge Andrew Vaughn with the heater. Hasn't really been a good strikeout pitch for Dylan Cease so far. But, you know, it got, you know, a batter at the end of the last inning. Andrew Vaughn's been a little bit more troublesome, though. He's ripping everything foul. He's extending at bats. Here's pitch number 70 from Cease, and look at that. What a take. Maybe we can get him looking on a well-located fastball. We did it. Dylan Cease can't believe it. He's got words for the umpire. He's like, that's there. And I'd be inclined to agree with him. 3-2. We'll see if Andrew Vaughn expands. Well-located slider. He's just staying alive. What do you throw a guy like this? He's on everything that we're throwing, taking everything just off the plate, fouls that one back. A heater, he's still early on it. Call for a pitch, Salvi. Call for a pitch. He has no interest in doing that at all, or I missed it. Knuckle curve taken low. I mean, Andrew Vaughn wins the battle. I mean, what can you say? Fastball up and away. That's a pitch we can't throw anymore to lefties. Fraley going back, deep to left center. Makes the play in the gap. Gets the ball in to Nolan Gorman. A little bit off target. That is a loud out number 2. And we're going to try and limit what Jacob Gonzalez can do this time. 3-1. It's another hit for the 9-hitter. What's happening right now? What is happening? Why is this part of the order so troublesome? Change up, rolled over, Pasquantino's there, and thankfully we are out of the inning. Didn't want to see another, 3 or 4 hits in a row from the White Sox. They're currently out hitting us. Maybe we can change that this inning. 82 pitches from Drew Thorpe. Hopefully we can get that close to 100 if he's going to stay in for that long this inning. Action in the White Sox bullpen. It's Luis Frias and Davy Garcia. Garcia, former Yankees top prospect, is a pitcher. Undersized, but throws decently hard. Mid-90s. That used to be a flamethrower, but not so much in today's MLB. You got to be a flamethrower if you're going 97, 98 plus with regularity. If you're just, 94, 95, probably not a flamethrower. 3-2, full count to Garcia. Just needs somebody to get on. And Garcia is going to do just that. Hit pretty well to right center, but Robert is over. Holds Garcia to a single, but the leadoff hitter's on. We're making Drew Thorpe work. And really, any batter at this point could be his last. 88 pitches now to Bobby Witt Jr. Well, not individually, but 88 pitches total! And the 89th is annihilated! Bobby Witt Jr., no doubt about it. 115 off the bat. And that goes 426 feet to give us a 3-1 lead. Bobby Witt Jr. breaks the deadlock. Our superstar is going to play like one this year, it looks like. That thing was crushed. I think the entire stadium knew it right off the bat. It just had a different sound. Drew Thorpe's day might be done after this. How do you recover? I think Bobby Witt Jr. may have broken the sound barrier with that shot. Didn't hit it especially far in the grand scheme of things. I know 426 is far, but wasn't 440 plus or anything like that. But he hit it very hard. MJ Melendez caught out in front. Thorpe's pitch count continues to climb. 95 pitches deep now. And he might get to 100 in this at-bat against JD Martinez or not. He hung a slider down the middle, and we can't make him pay. Is Drew Thorpe really going to get through the 5th inning? Come on, man. It's down to Pasquantino. Keep us alive in this inning. Pasquantino rips it to center. And Thorpe, he did well enough. I mean, 3 earned runs in 5 innings is not all that bad. You know, trending towards a quality start. I doubt we see him for the 6th. But the damage was done. We take the lead in terms of hits and runs. Bobby Witt Jr., no doubter, makes it 3-2-1. Cease stays out for the 6th. His pitch count also rapidly climbing. This will be pitch number 90, 2-2 to Colson Montgomery. And I'll tell you what, I'm almost afraid more of 7, 8, 9 in the order than I am of 1, 2, 3. Montgomery staying alive. We're going to get some action up in the pen. We're going to get, if we can get through the 6th, we need the 7th, 8th, and 9th taken care of. I think Neris and Mole are going to be my guys. We'll see if anything changes. Let's try to throw the knuckle curve for a strike, 3-2. Good location, roll over. Seen that before. Pasquantino gets the out. 1-2 to Jimenez. How are they taking that pitch, man? I mean, it's incredibly located. It's got some nasty bite on it. That one not located as well. Right down the middle, but low. Jimenez thought it was going to fall under the zone. Only the 3rd K for Dylan Cease, who's supposed to be a strikeout artist for us. But we'll take the out. That one's hit very hard. Melendez going back. Should make the play as he nears the track. And Cease is through 6 strong innings. Has allowed more hits than I was expecting, to be honest. But only 1 run. Davy Garcia gets the call for the White Sox. And it might be the last time the White Sox give him a call. Maybe the last time Davy Garcia picks up the phone. First batter, homer. Nolan Gorman, number 1 on the year. Fireworks going off in Kansas City. No doubt about that one either. 403, but if you pull it in the air at 109 miles per hour, it's going to be a run pretty much every time. Nolan Gorman got a fastball, maybe middle in. Did not miss it. 4-1 Royals. We are rolling as we're starting to find it here late into this game. Velasquez gets into this one. Could we go back-to-back? Salvi at the wall. Caught. No, maybe Gorman wasn't the first batter. How do we have an out right now? Or I know we have 2 outs. Did we lead off with Velasquez against Davy Garcia? Why do I have no recollection of that? My fault. That was 102 off the bat. Fly out. I'm sorry for doing it again, where I'm like, that could be a homer, like I did with Jake Fraley earlier who singles. But that one I thought was going. Maybe the wind blew it back. Maybe it's early in the year. The ball's not traveling. It's a little cold. Need to wait for it to warm up a bit. But I was sure that was going to be 5-1. Instead, it's an out. Fraley keeps the inning alive with a single. And Maikel Garcia is saying, hey, I can hit righties. Put me back in the leadoff role against righties. I'll deliver. And we'll see. If he goes 3 for 3, maybe the lineup changes tomorrow against a righty. Witt Jr., though, also hitting 1,000 with a homer. Show me something, Maikel. A couple of singles for him. Fastball up. He works a walk. It's not 3 for 3, but he's reached base safely all 3 times, and that's what we need. Get on base in front of Bobby Witt Jr., and good things typically will happen. Not that. 2-2 with 2 on and 2 out. Ball 3. No point in trying to move up there. We are 1 pitch away from getting 2nd and 3rd safely with a walk. And we never know. Bobby Witt Jr. could do something big here. Full count. And that is just a really tough pitch to hit. Witt Jr. is actually going to get it to land somehow. Maikel Garcia gets to 3rd. Witt Jr. advances to 2nd on the throw. How does Luis Robert not get to that ball? Bobby Witt Jr., they hopefully could call it a double, but I don't think they're going to. Single and advances to 2nd on the throw. I thought for sure this was going to hang up. Bobby Witt Jr. didn't get enough of it. Hits it only 75 miles per hour off the bat into center, but is rewarded with an RBI single. And that will keep the inning alive as we'll go to MJ Melendez. 5-1 Kansas City. MJ looking for his first hit of the year. Is he a one-year wonder? No, don't follow that guy. He's a freak. He didn't include his @ in the sign. How are you going to follow him, MJ? I don't know. 3-1, don't worry about it. Fly ball. Fastball middle in. Stays in play. And that is an out. Just game 1. 0 for 4. Not a great start for MJ Melendez. Dylan Cease at 103 pitches on opening day. We're keeping him out there. I want to see one more out. Maybe 2. I want to see how far we can stretch him ideally. Strike 3. Down goes Danny Jansen. I have Dylan Cease in my fantasy baseball dynasty team. So these would be big points for me right now. Going deeper into the game, getting those outs. But is it the best thing for Dylan Cease? As the manager, owner, operator, everything of this team, I've got to make those decisions. And
2 balls, 1 strike.
He's not going to face Andrew Vaughn again, I'll tell you that. So this is the last batter of the game for Dylan Cease. And that is strike 2. Nothing more. Oh, my goodness. 2-2. Number 110. Very deep into the game. And that is out number 3. Dylan Cease. Great job. Probably shouldn't have even brought him out for the 7th. But he was awesome. Hector Neris will replace him. Righty-righty against Andrew Vaughn. I'm just looking for one out. Dylan Cease, you were remarkable. Fans love you. What a debut. Didn't strike out too many, but went pretty deep in the game. Got us a lot of outs. Hector Neris, just get out of this inning. I do not want Dylan Cease facing Andrew Vaughn again. 3-1 to Andrew Vaughn. And maybe Dylan Cease should have faced him again. This one's hit deep to center field. Fraley going back. It's going to bounce into the fountain. Second run of the game comes in for the White Sox. Andrew Vaughn is just locked in right now. He was 0 for 1 coming into that at-bat, but was a real problem really in every at-bat. Working counts, fouling pitches off, really crushing balls foul. He worked, obviously, on base with a walk, and now adds a home run to his resume. I mean, he took a couple of really close pitches off the plate from Neris. I mean, he's just seeing everybody right now. It's what are you going to do? He's locked in. Game 1, and he's locked in already. It's not taking Andrew Vaughn any time. 1-2 to Wes Kath. He strikes out. Neris, tough start to the year. He's not getting the 8th. So that ERA is going to be ugly for a minute. And look at that, by the way. 3 lefties in a row. You'll never guess who we're going to go to. Sam Mole. It is a save situation. So if we get through the 8th cleanly and it stays 5-2, we will see James MacArthur for the 9th. But I'd also love if it didn't even get to that. So we'll see if we can get some insurance. Make it maybe 7 or 8-2. That'd be sweet. If you're newer to baseball, don't know what a save situation is, basically it's the 9th inning of the game when you were within 3 runs. Now that can change. You could be up by 5 and maybe there are runners on first and second. That would technically count as a save situation, right? And you can also get a save if you pitch 3 innings to end the game or 3 or more innings. That also will count, but that's much rarer. You just typically don't see relievers go for quite that long. But save situation within 3 runs typically, and you'll see the closer come on for the 9th. Ball 4, Pasquantino works a walk. Nelson Velasquez, another member of this Royals team who is hitless today. 0 for 3, a very long fly out earlier. Salvi had one as well. But we just can't seem to get it out of the park. You know, Gorman did. Bobby Witt Jr. did, but those guys have, you know, some special ability to really drive the ball. Some of these other guys, maybe not so much. Maybe Salvi's lost a step, as that one was too close to take. Fastball at the top of the zone. Although, with Dylan Cease calling the ball pretty much every time today. But you don't want to risk it. That one, definitely too high. Back-to-back walks for Davy Garcia. Pasquantino and Velasquez claim second and first right now as the White Sox turn to Luis Frias. He stinks. That's the review. Gorman looking for home run number 2, which of course would sit down James MacArthur in the pen. And we go to somebody else, maybe the debut of Clayton Kershaw as a Royal. That's insane to say, but a possibility. Fastball ripped to the gap. That's going to score at least 1. Nolan Gorman comes up with another big hit. This is a 2 RBI double And MacArthur, have a seat. 7-2 Royals. Throwing hard is not enough. Salvi rips this, but right at the right fielder. He's hit the ball well today, just not a lot to show for it. Funnily enough, his worst swing, which came in the second inning, was his only hit. That's just baseball for you. Jake Fraley trying for hit number 2. I mean, Frias is just throwing the ball right down the pipe. Fraley gets a lot of this one off the top of the wall. That nearly out of here. I didn't want to jinx him again with the fly ball out, but that one was a frozen rope. Again, hitting a lot of them. 110 off the bat. I didn't think this really had a chance to get out, but it really had a lot of carry on it. Off the top of the wall in right center. And the hit parade is pouring on here against the Sox. Michael Garcia looking to stay perfect. And that was not good. Doing Frias a favor there. Yeah, it could have been a strike, but it's a slider up and away. Just want to take that. 8-2 now. Neris is only at 9 pitches. We actually are going to leave him out there. Try to get that ERA down a little bit. Of course, you know, only 1 out. Plus the homer. That's going to be a viciously bad ERA. In fact, it's 27 right now. But we'll try to bring it down with a couple of outs here. He's not going to finish off the game. But I'd like for him to get through the 8th inning if possible. And that was the same pitch that Gonzalez drove to the left center gap earlier. This time pops it up. I don't know why I want to go to that fastball up and away so bad. It has not been received well. These White Sox keep crushing it. But I just like the way it looks. Maybe we get it up. Yes, he went. Strike 3. Fletcher couldn't hold it up. Couldn't hold up. 2-2. And he's really taking that splitter down. From a fastball down and in then. See, I don't get how he's taking the splitter down so easily. But then is able to spoil the fastball down. And even drive the fastball down. Deep to left center. Melendez going back at the track. Makes the play. I'll tell you, if MJ Melendez can't get on against Luis Frias, we might be in trouble. He throws hard, but he mostly throws either out of the zone or down the middle. 2-2. Oh, man. Didn't really know he had a cutter. It's okay. Got a slider and a circle change. It's mostly been fastballs, though. And that cutter, of course, looks like a fastball. That one was dotted away. What a spot from Frias, who's really settling down to his credit. Strikes out Melendez. Oh, my goodness. The Cinderella run is over. Whiff. Carlos Hernandez will come on to finish the game. 4-1 last season, a 1.5 ERA, whip at .7. He was unbelievable. Want to see more of the same, and maybe he gets more high leverage spots in 2026. We'll see. But for right now, we're up 8-2. We're going to see if he can just shut it down. And there is 1-0-2. Jimenez swings and misses, although connects on this one. When you're throwing at 102, 103, it's tough to barrel. But if you do, it's going to go a long way. But we're going to lean on that fastball and see if we can just mow through these hitters.
That's a ball.
Okay, no, it's not a ball. It's a strike.
2-1.
1-2, looking for strikeout. All right. 3-1 to Lou Bob. More fastballs. We could go to something off speed here, but more heaters. Popped up. Can Pasquantino bring it back? It's going to be close. Makes no effort. Wouldn't have had it anyway, though, to be fair. And then slider to finish him. Man, no one wants to strike out. No one's interested in any swings and misses on this White Sox team. It's unreal. Except for Lou Bob, 103, right by him. Final hope for the Sox is Danny Jansen. And he is down in the count 1-2. He might not see another strike. He might not see another pitch near the strike zone. See if we can end the game. There it is. Jansen swings and misses. Hernandez is nasty. 3 outs, 2 of them by way of the punchy. And we are 1-0 to start the year. Some big-time performers, Bobby Witt Jr., Nolan Gorman, Michael Garcia. Some guys that disappointed a little bit, like JD Martinez, especially MJ Melendez. Salvi got a little bit unlucky. But it's an 8-2 win at the end of the game. And we can feel pretty good about that, even against the White Sox. Good debut for Dylan Cease, goes 6 2/3, lost 5 hits, 1 walk, only struck out 4, but only 1 earned run. We'll take that. Ooh, Drew Thorpe is looking bronzed, huh? I want you guys to Google what Drew Thorpe looks like. I'll do you one better. I'll show you. So, this is Drew Thorpe. I mean, I guess I see what they were going for. Maybe if you look at this one, and he just looks, in the dark, maybe I get it then. I think this might be what they were going off of. He looks particularly bronzed in this one. Well, now he looks white. I'm confused. The guy we played, I don't know. Didn't look exactly like that guy. We'll see if we can sweep the White Sox here in the opening series. We have to fix our AAA lineup before we do so. Our AAA lineup has, a lot of the names you're used to seeing. We're going to lead off Gavin Cross, Elijah Green, Juan Soriano, Blake Mitchell, Dyrone Blanco, I guess, Spencer Jones, Nick Lofton, Ryan Fitzgerald, and Nate Eaton. It'll look a little different against lefties, but this is pretty much it. Our AA rotation, Ton Caballero, probably a little too raw for AA. I think at 18 years old, we're just going to send him to single A. You don't accumulate any stats there, but you can at least develop a little bit. I mean, why would you be in the rotation over Roger Marrero? You wouldn't be. Would love to see Bobby Montez take a big step up this year to AAA. That'd be sweet. We'll see how these guys pitch, though. Obviously, that's going to matter. And then let's get Caballero out of there. With 35 hit per 9 and 34 K per 9, it's some of the worst ratings I've ever seen. I just don't want him to get lit up and then lose that confidence. So we're going to start him way lower, and hopefully he can rise. I mean, Thomas McCallum also probably should not see any type of professional hitting. We're going to start him at single A. But, Tim Boyer. Tim Boyer could be a AA guy for us. His K per 9 is terrible. I just don't think he's ever going to be a strikeout guy. Now, he's only 18 years old. He could be. But he's fairly polished right now. It's just he's not going to strike anybody out. But he's only 18 years old. Potential's not great. But he could be a serviceable guy for us, maybe. It's super weird not starting the year with Cole Reagans. But we will get an opportunity. We are down in the game to the White Sox. Reagans seems like he was pretty good. 2 runs in the 3rd. I don't know if he was out for the 7th. I would say probably not, but it's a possibility. Maybe for the start of it. He scored the 2nd, and then 3 in the 8th. We are rallying. JD Martinez has arrived. 2 homer game, 3 RBIs and a walk. A home run now would not only mark his 3rd home run of the game. Amazing, right? But it would also tie the ball game. JD against Garrett Crochet. He is like their ace in real life. Working out of the bullpen here. Yes, I was going to take it, and then I'm like, that might as well swing, but we were so late by the time that decision was made. 92 clutch for JD. He was made for these moments. Pitch to hit, but it's a changeup. We were sitting on 97, way out in front. JD down 0-2 in the count. Got to fight back. And he's just jammed. JD didn't get a lot of this one, but it's going to drop! JD Martinez with a jammed bloop single. Runners of the corners, just 1 out. JD Martinez removed for a pinch runner, and we go on to win the game. Vinny Pasquantino. No, we didn't. Why were we celebrating? Was that the White Sox? No. Velazquez homer. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Clayton Kershaw gets the loss, allows 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 6 hits. Look at the box score here. I mean, Garcia is starting off great. MJ Melendez not contributing a lot. Cole Reagans goes 6 innings, allows 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. Maybe Dylan Cease is our true ace after all. I don't know. Well, we probably weren't going to go 162-0 this year. And Kyle Wright gets shelled. Jairo Iriarte goes 7 innings. 1.29 ERA. Wow. 5 strikeouts in those 7 innings. Nothing crazy, but 7 innings of 1-run ball. You're doing a pretty good job. MJ Melendez doubled. Velazquez also doubled. Melendez hitting just a $153. Velazquez was the only guy in this game with multiple hits. Salvi, Jake Fraley, JD Martinez, Bobby Witt Jr., all with 0. Garcia could move up in the order, but he's really only going to hit 1 or 9. So, I don't know. We'll have an interesting decision there. Kyle Wright just didn't have it. Strahm really didn't have it. And then Clayton Kershaw actually settled down for us, but is our pitching going to be bad this year? That would not be my favorite. We lose to the Phillies with Brady Singer on the mound. And then bounce back with a great Chris Bubic start. 7 1/3, 6 strikeouts, only 1 earned run. We got to Taijuan Walker. I don't even want to check the box score of the loss. Garcia at the top of the order continues to hit. Jake Fraley found his way in the 2 spot, and it worked. He hit a home run at 3 RBIs. Gorman also homered. They changed the order on me with getting Freddie Fermin into the lineup. But it was a change that worked. Fraley had 2 hits and a home run. Every one of my lineups struck out exactly 1 time. Super weird. Garcia with, of course, not only a hit, but a hit by pitch. Are they counting that as the walk? Probably not. Or probably, I would say. There's 3 at-bats. He went 1 for 3. Hit by pitch is not an at-bat. Walk is not an at-bat. I think the hit by pitch is just a walk there. Probably is how it's counted. And he got caught stealing. But Bubic with an incredible performance. Phil Maton as well. That is the month of March. I will see you for April in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. 2 and 3, not the start we wanted. But I think we're going to call John Schreiber up. 1.93 ERA in March. 4 strikeouts and 4 2/3. That means the reliever has to go down. And a lot of these relievers haven't even pitched yet. Hector Neris, 13.5 ERA. I can't just be bouncing these guys down. Like, Neris is 36. I don't know. Schreiber's got to come back up, but does that mean Clayton Kershaw is going to be the one to go? I don't know what's going to happen. Schreiber's got to come up at some point. Too many hens in the hen house. Chickens, something, I don't know. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.